I got a question from Live Action Ariel. It says, Disney Live Entertainment is seeking Disney character lookalikes for the role of Ariel as depicted in the upcoming live action adaptation of The Little Mermaid. And so he said he'd love to hear my thoughts on it in a future video. So I think it's awesome. In an old video that I did a long time ago, I mentioned about how one day when I was Princess Jasmine backstage walking through the tunnels and I was taking the stairwell to go up to the next level, in the stairwell there was a woman of color, or a black girl, who was dressed in her fur costume, and she was just bawling in the stairwell, just crying, and I was like, oh, you know, like, I'm not gonna just walk past someone who's crying. So I was like, what's wrong? And it was all dolled up in my Princess Jasmine outfit, and she looked at me and she goes, I will never be a Disney princess because, you know, I'm black and there's no black princesses. And I had nothing to say. Like, there literally nothing. When I was a Disney princess, it was in the time before we had Tiana. So, I mean, what do you say to that? And I tried my best to comfort her the best that I could, but I'm sure I made an absolute fool out of myself. Like, I had nothing. When I see Princess Tiana at Magic Kingdom, it makes me really happy, because when I see that, I think of that girl a lot, and I remember how she cried, and I don't know if she ever got to be Princess Tiana or not. I like to think she went back and auditioned and got the role, but I don't know. Also, another thing on this channel, like, I have gotten so many messages from women of color or black girls who wanted to be Tiana, but they were too light-skinned, or they weren't this, or they weren't that. So it's like, not every woman of color is the same, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of nice that they have offered more opportunities for women of color to be a princess, because you just want to have a chance. Whatever it is that being a princess makes you feel like confident, or you want to perform, or you want an opportunity, it just makes me glad that there are more chances to be able to get up on that stage. And then, like, as far as people who say, well, there's no black princesses, you can't just make it up. This book was written in 1993. It's a library book, Mermaid Tales from Around the World, and it has stories of mermaids like in Africa, like, written in 1993, so shortly after the actual Little Mermaid cartoon had come out. They have Japanese mermaids over here. We've got mermaids from Iran. Again, classic stories from long ago written about mermaids. My daughter's favorite princess was Ariel, the Little Mermaid. Hopefully they do this one right. If I could have chosen the story for Disney's first African princess, I would have chosen John Steptoe's Mufaro's Beautiful Daughters. I bought this book, even though it's like an old library book. This one actually belongs to me. It's won an award. I loved this book since I was a little girl. I think I bought this used off Amazon. Like, before I had kids, I was like, I have to own this. I loved this book so much when I was a kid. And look at this beautiful black beauty. I just love this. And it's a story about becoming a princess, and it's these beautiful daughters from Africa. I highly recommend this book. I guess for me, when it comes to movies, I really want to be able to escape into another world kind of thing, like a fairy tale. I kind of felt like with Princess and the Frog, I wasn't able to do that. I'm not really a huge fan of like Louisiana voodoo stuff. So one of my favorite Marvel movies is Black Panther. I mean, just, it gave you all the feels. And I loved the actress in that movie who played the sister of the main guy who was the Black Panther.
I identify myself as a child of God, and I can't get up here without thanking God.
My family is Hispanic, like Colombian. Yo sí hablo español, aunque inglés es mi primer idioma, todavía sigo practicando mi español. A mí me gusta leer la Biblia en español. Salmos 23, Jehová es mi pastor, nada me faltará. Para que sepa. On Instagram, I saw somebody complaining about like all the mixed race couples and all the films and everything. And that doesn't bother me, because I'm just like, you know what? I believe in God, and that he sent his son to die for the entire world, not just America or certain parts of the world. I think he died for all of it, like Africa, Asia, Antarctica, you know, like South America, all of the world. And so I don't think it matters what your skin color is or what your nationality is. I think it matters what your character is. And I feel like God sees our hearts, and that's what's the most important thing for me personally.
Hey Miami, hey Florida. Listen people, listen. What happened to you, USA? What happened to you? What's going on? You forget for the best of the world. The name is Jesus Christ. What happened to you? Wake up, USA. Go back for you, go for Jesus. Don't forget Jesus, people.